champion Janet Poch of Concord, New Hampshire, faces the challenge of Peggy Tosi of Kingston, New Hampshire. On Candlepin Bowling. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Candlepin Bowling. I'm Don Gillis, and I'm always speaking for the whole crew when I say we're sure glad that you could join us here at the Fairway in Natick, Massachusetts, on Route 9, the Worcester Turnpike, a little bit west of the city of Boston, for 3 strings of Candlepin Bowling, total pinfall determining our winner. Now, each will receive a permanent souvenir. These are provided by Gin Brothers of Boston and Polio. Each will receive some guaranteed prize money. $1,200 is guaranteed, $700 goes to the winner, $350 to the runner-up, $50 available to the winner of each string. And, of course, if we tie a string, then they split that at $25 apiece. Many other opportunities for our bowlers to make some extra money. They're familiar with it. Most of you are. I'll remind you. But right now, let's talk to today's bowler, shall we? Okay, Peggy, you finally made it, huh?
Finally made it.
Yeah. And, you know, because I know that you have been bowling for a while, and I noticed another lady wearing a shirt just like that, and the same slacks back there, and she was on here just a few weeks ago, Carol Downey. She's your partner, doubles, huh?
Yeah.
And you,
double show.
Yeah, and you guys have done pretty well, too. New Hampshire Candlepin Bowling Association ladies double champion, mixed team champion, ladies. And what is it, Carol, and you have some kind of a record of pinfall, don't you?
Right. On the ladies' double show, the total, the highest 2 strings total pinfall.
All right. And you work for New England Telephone, you told me?
Yes, I do.
I told you, that was my alumni. Right after World War II, for 2.5 years, until one day, very cold on top of a pole, I said, there's got to be a better way to make a living. No offense to you guys who are still doing it. Okay. Janet Poch, what's this? 19 times you've been on our program, and only 3 times have we sat you down. Is that correct? I mean, as a loser?
So.
Really nice. You have one of those records, too, don't you? Your highest combined 2-bowler, 2-string total. You and Carol Downey, right?
Right.
767. Well, Carol's getting more publicity than either of you here, isn't she? And you're the bowlers today, so good luck to you and to you. All right, we'll be underway right after this. Challenger Peggy Tosi, Kingston, New Hampshire, high single 177, high single 426, big average 118. She has left 2 pins, however, they're spread apart. 2 and 10. Let's see what she can do. She's got some wood over on the right. For a possible spare, no. She tried to use the wood, got the 10. 2 is still there. Now the left-hander cleans it up, and she has a 10 to begin. She's representing the Londonderry Bowling Center at a 652 and winning a roll-off. It's, as we said, her very first appearance. Six was the pinfall, and she's looking now at 2, 4, 5, 7. One piece of wood that may help up against the 5. Let's see. No, she got that piece of wood and the 5, but what she was hoping to do was also hit the 2 into the 4 into the 7. It's a 9. Now our defending champion Janet Poch, high single 182, high triple 450, and league average 121. Representing the three-man bowling center and the Park Place lanes in Windham, New Hampshire. Spare leave on the right, 3 and 10, with wood in between. He's got it. Now to lane 3 here at the fairway. And the fill is 8. although the two pins are back-to-back and are difficult to make ordinarily, the 3 and 9, she's got wood right in front of it. And she begins with 2 in a row. And that brings up Peggy Tosi again. I mentioned that Peggy worked for New England Telephone. She is a manager. And the left-hander fires and has left the 4 horsemen right side, plus the 7 and 8, no wood. Oh, a great shot, but she did not get the 8. But she did everything but get the 8 pin. It was a beautiful try. It's a 9. This time she left the 4 horsemen left side, plus the 5 and 8 and 10. Now the 1, 7, 10. The corners are full. It's an 8. Now let's see whether Janet Poch can pick up some bonus money. She already has 2 in a row. It's a strike. She sure does. It was a slow motion job. However, it doesn't matter how slowly they go down. It's whether they go down. First bonus ball. That gets her 6, leaves her no wood to help. However, she is looking at the 2, 4, 5, and 7. Yes, and she has 4 in a row. And we are at the point in the first string, as we always are in the first and second, where we pause to take a check on the scoreboard. So, with a bonus ball still to be rolled by our defending champion, Janet Poch, she leads right now after 4, 68 to 36. All right, our challenger making her first appearance on our program, Peggy Tosi, Kingston, New Hampshire. All right, her object pin becomes the 3. And then behind that, she has the 7, 9, and 10. Basically, she's working on the 9 and 10 with the 3 over here and wood. And she made it. She got the wood to go over and get the 7. Very pretty spare. She got 7. And she's looking at a triangle. As you know, they can be difficult sometimes. This one is the 2, 4, 5. She's got it. She has 2 in a row. That brings up Janet Poch, and now we're curious to see whether she's going to continue this. She has begun her first string with 4 consecutive marks. Thin hit this time. Just 5. With the 10 pin over on the corner on the left, she has 2, 4, 5, and 7. And there's one piece of wood that's between the 5 and the 10. All right. The bonus streak stops. She got rid of the 5 and 10. She's now looking at the 2, 4, and 7. She left the 2. It's a 9. Al Giglio, as usual, keeping score on the electronic scoreboard. Keith Williams keeping score on the big board for the folks who are here. Janet has a good spare leave of the 4 and, 4 and 7. That's right. And she made it for another mark. All right, let's see now whether our challenger, Peggy Tosi of Kingston, New Hampshire, who has 2 in a row, can get some bonus money. she got everything done. It's a good drop. It's 8. However, the 2 pins that are standing are separated. And they're tough. They're on a parallel plane. It's the 4 and 6. Oh, she made it. Beautiful. She used a piece of wood and made it. That's definitely worth another look. Very, very pretty, and it's worth $50 in bonus money to Peggy Tosi. And her streak is still alive. 2 full on the head pin, and she gets just 5, leaving the 3, 6, and 10 over on the right, the 2 and 4 on the left. She took off the left side, still has the 3 pins on the right. It's a 9. Don Riley is our statistician. Phil Rubin, of course, our producer-director. Ralph Stewart, our lob line judge and referee. Janet Poch. And she gets 7 as a fill on her spare. She's looking right now at the 3 and 6 on the right, the 4 over on the left. And she make it. She got the right side. 4 pins still there. It's a 10. Our crew today is Skip Peabody, Emmerich Feldman, Jeff Sullivan, Ron Schindler, and of course in post-production videotape, George Ellard. A strike for Janet Poch. Now Peggy Tosi comes up for her final 2. Her league average is 118. She's at 95 through 8. 2 full on the head pin spread eagle. Ralph Stewart, our lob line judge and referee, sitting at his accustomed spot, displaying his Argyle socks right over the lob line. Peggy Tosi just took out the right side, and she also got the 2 pins, so she's looking at the 4 and the 7 for a 10. Just missed. As a left-hander, there's a tendency for the ball to break to the right a little bit, and that's what happened. It was going toward the 4 pin, and then it just broke a little and missed both of them. Three, 5, 6, and 10. That's what she's looking at. She has it. And another mark. She got 9. And a fine 122. I said her league average is 118, so she comes on the program for the first time and exceeds her league average. Now, Janet Poch. First ball nets her 3. The object pin becomes the 2. She also has the 9 and 10, but she has wood all around the 2 pin. Didn't work. So it's 8 for a fill, and she's looking at 9 and 10. It'll be an 9. She has a spare leave on the left-hand side of the 4 and 7. Janet is employed by New Hampshire Optical Company as a data entry operator. Yes, she has a spare in the 10th. 146 plus. She has the ladies' high single, 165. She also has the high triple, 408. 155. And an excellent opening string. So another $50 in bonus money will go to Janet Poch as she has won the first string, 155 to 122. In the middle string, our defending champion leads it off, and here she is, Janet Poch, Concord, New Hampshire. Spare lead right away. She's looking at 4 and 7. She's got a couple of pieces of wood in favorable position. And she begins the middle string with a spare. Is the fill, as she first had 7, then 8, then 9, as 2 more toppled, and she's looking only at the 5-pin right now. For another, yes. 2 consecutive spares to begin the middle string. Now Peggy Tosi of Kingston, New Hampshire, making her first appearance. Hit that time, leaving on the right the 1, 3, 6, and 9, and on the left the 4 and 7. The 6-pin on the right, 4 and 7 on the left. Just missed the 2 on the left, as she did earlier, and again it's because the left-handed delivery breaks a little bit to the right. Now she's looking at 1, 3, 8, and 9. Picked off the 3. Boy, this is an unusual one. 1, 8, 9. She got the 9, leaving 1 and 8. Now Janet Poch again with 2 marks in a row and a chance for more bonus money. Was the fill, but however she's left the corners full with the 7 and 10. 3 pieces of wood over next to the 9. Can she move it? She moved it. Moved it beautifully, but however it went over toward the gutter and just missed this. It stayed in front of the 7, but it didn't knock it down. So it's a 10. I mentioned that she has the high single and high triple. She shares the high triple with Beth Peterson. Both had 408. Don't want to neglect Beth. 4 pins standing, and her object pin becomes the 3 with the 6. She got them. The 4 and 7 still there. It's a 9. Now our challenger, Peggy Tosi. Spare leave over on the left-hand side. 2, 4, 5, and 7. This time she got the 4 and 7. In other words, the ball didn't break as much as it had been before. And she left the 2, so it's a 9. Yes, it was a delayed action strike. All right, once again, we're checking the scoreboard after 4 boxes. And with 2 bonus balls still to be rolled by Peggy Tosi, the score right now is Janet Poch, 56, Peggy Tosi, 34. Janet Poch, our defending champion, as we're reaching the halfway point, and with a lead of over 50 pins. And if you're just joining us, that you would think that meant perhaps that her challenger was not bowling well, which is not the case at all. And Janet is just spared, making the 4 horsemen left side. No, it's not that. It's that Janet is bowling so well. You look up at the top there on the scoreboard. She had a 155 opening string. 7 is the fill, and she's looking at another opportunity with some wood in between the object pins, which is 1 and 3, and the 7. Just missed. She went to the left side of the head pin, hoping to kick it into the 3 and have the ball then take the wood down for the 7, but didn't work. So it's a 9. Peggy Tosi, who exceeded her league average of 118 by rolling a 122 opening string, and still finds herself over 50 pins behind. A thin hit with the first ball. It's a strike, so she still has another, and right now she's looking at on the left-hand side. 2, 4, 5, 7, and 8. The 10 over on the right. She's going for it, and she was a little too careful on that. It seemed that she didn't roll it with the usual velocity that she has. And it is a 9. So the fill was just 6. Too bad. 2 full came in on the head pin and punched out the 1, 5, and 9. Now she's left with 3, 6, and 7. It's an 8. Defending champion Janet Poch. Janet with everything down except the kingpin, the 5, and she has wood all around it. So she should be adding another mark. Yes, she has. And a strike. In the first string, she was at this point, well, let's say after 7, she's 9 pins less than she had in the first string at that time. She had a strike in the 8th box in the first string, and she has another one here. Peggy Tosi missed the head pin and took out everything else. Now, the 3rd ball, and yes, it's a 10. Peggy's running about 20 pins behind in this string compared to what she did in the first. Little too full that time. Leaving 4-7 on the left with wood in front of it. No wood on the right in front of 3, 6, and 10. Going for the 3, 6. She made it. She kicked the 3 over. And as you could tell from the reaction of the people who were here, the big, ooh, she just missed the 4 and 7. She takes them out now for a 10. All right, 2 marks in a row up on the board again for Janet Poch, and a chance for more bonus money. And the one she's filling right now is a strike that she rolled in the 8. There's the first, and she came real close, as you can tell by some of the encouragement. The familiar phrase, get over, get over. She has it, and she again has 3 marks in a row for bonus money. That puts her up to $200 in bonus money, and of course it's still alive right now. Almost a spread eagle. She did knock down the 10, but on the left she's got the 2, 4, and 7, and on the right the 3 and 6, no wood. It's a 9 and a 146. Peggy Tosi coming back up again. And Ralph calls time, Ralph Stewart, because there is a piece of wood that's rolling this way and is probably going to be behind the deadwood line or touching it, or rather towards the bowler, and will have to be removed. He's down there looking at it, waiting for it to settle down, and it did come this side or touch the deadwood line, so it is removed. I know I've told you many times, I've just very quickly, the deadwood line is exactly 24 inches toward the bowler from the middle of the head pin. Nice shot for a spare. Anything behind it has to stay in play. Anything touching it or coming this way has to be removed. Spare for Peggy Tosi. Too bad. She got just 2. Now went too far to the right. Go for the head pin. She winds up with a 7 box. I have mentioned to you that Janet Poch and Beth Peterson share the high triple with 408. Janet needs just to roll a 108 third string to break that. Right now, she picks up another $50 in bonus money for winning the middle string 146 to 96, and after 2, she leads 301 to 218. Third string underway. Our challenger, Peggy Tosi from Kingston, New Hampshire, leading it off. She's got the 5, 8, and 10, and one piece of wood that is to the right of the 5 and 10, another one that's just to the left of the 5 pin, but it's parallel to the pit, and basically it's in front of the 8 pin. But she used it, and she was able to begin the third string with a spare. Oh, too bad. Thin hit. She got just 3. She's left the 4 horsemen right side, plus over on the left the 4, 7, and 8. One is still there, 4 and 7 still there, and 10 still there, and no wood to help. It's a 7 box, which basically makes it a wash because she had only 3 on her spare and then gets 7 in the next box. All right, now it's going to be fun to see what Janet Poch can do because, as we said, she's at 3-0-1 after 2. She has a triangle to pick up over on the right-hand side of the 3, 5, and 6. Oh, she missed an easy spare. And she's not happy with it. It's a 10. And for many of you I know who are probably asking the question right now, should she roll a very, what shall I say, very, very respectable 400 and something, you bet your life she'll be eligible for the championship show. One, 2, 5, 7, and 9. And nope. A 10, pair of 10s. Challenger Peggy Tosi. On the right, 6, 9, and 10 with wood to the left, 2 pieces to the left of the 6-pin and the 7-pin with a piece of wood in front of it. Can she make it? Oh, how'd that 7 not go? It's a 9. Little too full on the head pin. And as a result, just 4. Her object pin becomes the 2. She's got 2, 4, 5, and 7, plus 6 and 10. Ooh, missed the 2 and took out the 5. Now Janet Poch. Now a spare leave of the 5 and 8. He's got it. All right, there's the mark here in the 3rd. And in case you just tuned in, because you forgot what time we start, you missed 2 powerful strings by Janet Poch, a 155 and a 146. Now she's in the 3rd string. She's just had a mark, and she's adding how many? Well, with the body English up here, she was trying to get the 3 pins to go down that are in a side saddle triangle made up of the 2, 5, and 8. She also has the 10 pin. Let's see what she can do. Yes! Oh, what a nice shot that was. A beauty. A beauty. Great shot. Now, our challenger, Peggy Tosi. Peggy has a spare leave over on the left of the 4 and the 7. She's missed it a couple of times. However, she has wood right across it this time. So let's see if she can get it. Yes. Spare in the 5th. excellent Candlepin bowlers representing the state of New Hampshire. One from Concord, Janet Poch, and one from Kingston, Peggy Tosi. Kind of a thin hit. She got just 6. Now she's looking at the head pin, the 3-pin with wood in between, the 4 and the 7. Let's see if she can. Too bad that the she got the 1 and 3, then the 4-pin, but it toppled in towards where the 5 would be rather than out to the 7. Okay, Janet Poch. She needs a 108 string in order to break her tie with Beth Peterson for the high triple for the ladies. All right, she's added 7 more, and she has a makeable spare leave. It's a triangle of the 3, 5, and 6. And yes, she has 3 in a row again. And another $50 in bonus money. Too full on the head pin, and not a spread eagle. It's a clipped wing spread eagle, leaving the 2, 4, and the 3, 6. That's the right side. It's a 10, and she is at 79 through 6. And that, of course, would mean if she had 4 10s with no more marks, she'd be rolling a 119. Peggy Tosi now looking at, she's our challenger today, looking at the 2, 4, 5, and 7. Looked good, but she got just the 2 and 4. Excuse me, the 1 and 2, and now she has it for a 10. And 10, and the only piece of wood is over on the left. Well, now it's rolling into play. Will it stay? This is tantalizing. She doesn't want it to be a roadblock. You can hear people in the back, hold it, hold it, hold it, rooting for her to get a good leave here. All right, it looks as though she'll be able to kick that over into the 10 and then carry the ball in to get the other. She got it! So a spare in the 8th. All right, now all eyes on Janet Poch. She's at 79 through 6, and she's almost absolutely assured of a 400. Question is, will she be able to break the record that she holds with Beth Peterson for high triple, a 408? Right now, she's looking at the 1, 3, 7, and 10. 2 pieces of wood over in front of the 7. She's made up her mind. She rolls. She missed the head pin. That's an 8. 87 through 7. 3 boxes to go. Looked as if it might be a strike, but instead she winds up with 3 pins still standing. and some felled wood, a couple of pieces alongside the 1, 2, and she has to get the 10. Will she get it? Yes, she has it. 99 with 2 boxes to go and a bonus ball to throw. Now our challenger, Peggy Tosi of Kingston, New Hampshire, working on a spare. Here is the bill. She's got 9. The single pin to pick up is the 4 pin. She has it. 2 in a row for our challenger, Peggy Tosi, making her very first appearance on our program. She's been on the doubles. Thin hit to the right side. So she got just 4 and has left the 4 horsemen left side plus the 5 and 8. And no wood. She still has 4 pins standing. 2, 4, 5, and 7. It is an 8 box, and she rolls a 113. Now, Janet Poch is working on a spare. She is already at 97 through 8, and she began this string with 301 pins already down after 2. All right, it's 6 is the fill. And now she, of course, has broken the high triple record which she held with Beth Peterson, so it's just a question of how much over 400 will she go? 9 more. She's at 415 right now. 415. 413. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong scoreboard. Now, get this field, get this field. 420, 420, 422. No, yes, that's right, 422. And well-deserved applause for Janet Poch. So it's another $50 in bonus money for Janet Poch. And she was, of course, gets another for going over $100 for going over 400. So I think she lost 450. And she has won it. And, of course, she right now is the leader for our championship show next August. And that's a very substantial score of 422. She wins at 422 to 331. Well, look at this thing. It is really crowded. And wouldn't it be nice if we had a winner today? Because, as you know, as soon as we have a winner, we empty this out and start all over again. All right. The total, thanks to these five, who said ladies can't score, huh? How about that? All right. 753 is our total today. And as you know, when I draw a card, 10 either side of that would win $400. That's what's in our jackpot. But just for having the card drawn, whomever it is will receive a handsome gift from the Parker Pen Company. All right, enough of that. Now, let's find out whether we're going to give away $400 and empty this out and start all over again. All right, let's go over here. All right, let's see. This one comes from Brookline, Massachusetts, New Terrace Road. It's Michael Daxon. What is it, 753 today? 755 would win, wouldn't it? Okay, yes, we have a winner. All right, now the high-low jackpot. Let's see what that is up to. $200. And Janet, you know Sharon Rawson took away all the big money, but let's see, how many times did the men have a shot at it and they didn't get it opposed to, what was it? 200? And they didn't get it. Okay, all right, let's take a first try at it, Janet. You've had a great day. I don't know whether you want to add some more money or not. Okay, Peggy. So we add another $25. Come over here if you would. Both of you. Peggy, come to me first. And I have to ask you right off the bat, did you enjoy your visit here? I know you didn't. I mean, obviously you ran into a buzzsaw. But I mean,
yeah.
Were we nice enough to you?
Very nice.
Okay.
Very nice.
And you're going to come back and see us again, right?
I will.
All right, good. Hey, the pride of New Hampshire today with both of these ladies. For you, $300 plus $50 in bonus money. It was great to have you on. And have fun with Carol Downey and win some more. And come back and see us. All right. And this from Din Brothers, of course, is going to be inscribed. And you, 422. That's wonderful. You have the record for the ladies, of course. And you know that last year, Craig Holbrook and Al Johnson were rolling on to see who was going to go first for the 422 in our championship show.
Yeah.
So wouldn't that be nice if you're there, huh?
It would be very nice.
Yes, and we'd all love to have it happen for you. Let's see, how much money today? $450 in bonus money, plus $700, and you're going to meet Jan Sickenberg next week. All right. Great day for you.
Thank you.
Hope you enjoyed it. See you next week, same time. Bye-bye, everybody.